This revision work is looking at sentence length. This is a passage called This Sentence Has 5 Words by Gary Provost. Read along with me as I start. This sentence has 5 words. Here are 5 more words. 5-word sentences are fine, but several together become monotonous. Listen to what is happening. The writing is getting boring. The sound of it drones. It's like a stuck recorder. The ear demands some variety. Now listen. I vary the sentence length and I create music. Music. The writing sings. It has a pleasant rhythm, a lit, a harmony. I use short sentences and I use sentences of medium length. And sometimes, when I'm certain the reader is rested, I will engage him with a sentence of considerable length, a sentence that burns with energy and builds with all the impetus of a crescendo, the roll of the drums, the crash of the cymbals, sounds that say, "Listen to this, it is important." So, writers, today I would like us to look at our literary essays and consider thinking about our sentence length. And I would suggest for this work you're going to need a sticky note, a loose leaf piece of paper, something in your writer's notebook, anything to jot down some numbers. I'm going to choose to just use a quick little web tool called Stickies. And so at the top of your note, just write sentence length, so that's kind of like the title of what we're doing. And then we're going to break our literary essays apart by our paragraphs. So the intro, supporting paragraph number 1, supporting para number 2, number 3, and then, of course, our conclusion. And I know some of you have built in a counterclaim, so that could be a separate one as well. And what we're going to actually do is you're going to start to count the words in your sentences. So you can see I've started that work for this person's intro. I actually went across and went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Then I went up here and I put 14, comma. The next sentence, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I put a 4. The next sentence, they have 21. And then the last one in this first intro paragraph, they have 14. So right now I'm just collecting some data. I'm going to go through and start to do that again with the rest of my essay. That's your first step. Once that work is complete, then we're going to start to look at varying the sentence length. And I hope what you got out of listening to that first little intro was that when we vary the sentence length of our writing, we create creativity. We create something that doesn't drone on, something that is interesting to listen to. And so what I want you to start to look for in your data collection are patterns. And I think what this writer has here as sticking in this number 4 between a 14 and a 21 is pretty powerful, because that sentence, "Well, that's Andrew's life," that gives us some variety in our reading. If we start to have sentences that continue to go on and on and on, we could call those a run-on. And if we have too many sentences that are all about the same length, we want to pause and add in some variety. So if I'm looking at the second paragraph, this first sentence I counted 19 words, and then I counted 8 words, and then I counted 18 words. I'm wondering what would happen if I even shorten one of these sentences so that it is something like that first paragraph, like that 4. And to do this work, you do a lot of rereading. So I'm going to start by rereading this first paragraph and see what happens. While we think Andrew's having a hard time without a home is because he wants to feel safe. The airport isn't his home and he doesn't feel safe. What if I just put in the word safety? And I might like it there and I might not. But what I'm doing is I'm trying something new. And I'm not going to know I like it unless I try. So let's reread it now that I've stuck that word in there. While we think Andrew's having a hard time without a home, I think they meant to say it is because he wants to feel safe. The airport isn't his home and he doesn't feel safe. Safety. That's important to everyone. So I feel like I needed a sentence there to back up that word safety so it wasn't just plopped in haphazardly. It has some meaning behind it. Let me reread again. While we think Andrew's having a hard time without a home, I think this person needs to put a comma here. It's because he wants to feel safe. The airport isn't his home and he doesn't feel safe. Safety. It's important to everyone. This is important to notice in this story because everyone should have a home where they can at least feel safe. Maybe not in this story. This is important to notice because everyone should have a home where they can at least feel safe. He wants to live on his own where he can feel safe. So I kind of feel like I like that I put that in there and paused and tried it. And I might come back in a day and not like that I did that. I might leave it in there and see what happens. But the idea is I want you to try some sentence variety. This person has a really big sentence down here that we would want to break apart next. But I'm going to let them do that work, and I'm going to let you pause this video, and I want you to start to do some sentence length work in your literary essays.